So probably tell me tomorrow.
Going live.
Okay. Wait, hold kiss. And then I'm gonna go take a shower and go to bed.
All right, man. Love you, bud.
Love you too.
Hey, hey, hey!
There's artists in the
Happy,
window.
happy, happy. Happy. Wow! Wednesday.
It's Thursday.
No, it's Wednesday, dude.
Oh wait, it is?
Yes, today's Wednesday.
Oh.
What a wonderful Wednesday it is indeed. Thank you for joining me, because we're going to talk tonight about how your routine is your safety net to your future. And routine isn't boring. Well, it can be if it's not feeding your future. But if it is feeding your future, then no, it's not boring at all. It can be quite exciting, in fact. See, routine technically really isn't boring. It's protection. It's protection against the invisible structures that keeps your purpose from collapsing when life gets unpredictable. Because life happens. Life is going to do what life does. It's going to try to kick you. It's going to throw monkey wrenches in the mix. It's going to try to do a whole bunch of bad things out there. It's going to torture you. But when you have a routine going on, you're able to, hey Alicia, when you have a routine, you're able to deal with the ebbs and flows of how life hits you. Like riding, riding a wave when you're at the beach. You get like one of those blow up thingies, and you go out there and sit back, relax. You go to the beach, you get wet and play in the water, but yet you try to buy a floaty and you lay on top of the floaty. Don't understand that, but whatever. But you lay on top of the floaty and you're there and you're just floating, enjoying the way life is. But what happens if you just float too much? You end up out at sea. And if you end up out at sea and the waves get too hard, what's going to happen? You're going to tip over and drown. And that's where routine comes in. Routine is sort of like having a paddle. Routine is sort of like realizing that every now and then you have to try and push yourself back closer to the shore so you're not so far out away from the shore. Routine is realizing that, hey, you know what? Maybe you should turn over on your other side so you don't get so much sunburn. I don't know about you, but I've done that myself. Well, one side of me is completely red, the other side's completely white. Go figure, right? But our routine is that moment where we have to try and realize that we have to try and stay focused and stay connected and stay within this guideline here that we have to do this. It's not a motivation. You can't rely on motivation. You can't. Motivation is a feeling. All right? Motivation is a feeling. Motivation is a gamble. It's a gamble of your emotions. All right? But when you rely on your routine, that's building with discipline. See, if you're sitting on that floaty and out in the middle of the beach and you're just letting the waves take you wherever you go, who knows where you're going to end up? But when you have enough discipline to keep your mind focused that, hey, don't go too far away from the shore, and you actually paddle yourself back every now and then, pulling yourself back into your little zone that you're supposed to be in, sort of like how life is. We have to go to work every day to try and work. Yeah, okay, yeah, we do. We need money. We got to take care of bills. But we still can have our dreams. We can still work on our dreams. We can still pull the dreams out of our head and focus on them. Yeah. And so therefore, what are we working? Are we working on the dreams, or are we working on whether or not a dog yacked all over our best carpet, and now we have to replace the carpet. Or daughter gets into a car accident, and now we have to replace the car. Or you know how life gets into you, and it just damages your life, and it messes you up. Routine gives you the option, that ability to be able to handle it and keep moving forward toward your dreams. Realizing, you know what, yeah, we got this. We got this covered. All right, we'll deal with this. But we got to focus on this first. This has to get done. Bills still have to get paid. Work still has to go to work. Food has to be put on the table. Dreams have to be focused on as well too. They're the things that keep you going. Because motivation toward your dreams is just a spark. It's just a whoop, that's it. I mean, it's literally it's literally just a literally just, that's it. I mean, without this is a perfect example. All right, yeah, okay, that's your motivation. It's a little spark. Might be good for a little bit, but eventually it dies out because of the fact the fuel's ended up empty. And the fuel is what keeps us going. The dreams, the discipline. Well, actually, give us a little better one. So the spark is a motivation. The fuel is what keeps us going. But what keeps the fuel inside of here? Discipline. The container. Discipline is a container that keeps our fuel, our energy going. So we can try and light our spark. That's a good one. I actually might use that in my next speech. Well, anyways, because we all lose momentum. I mean, we all do. Especially after a big win. Or a big setback. You know, years ago when I was going to counseling after the house fire, all right. Oh, Patty's okay. The accident was about a year ago. She was turning. She was turning, and somebody ran a red light and plowed into the rear end of her car. So she's okay. It's just a little dent in the back of the end of the car. More damage to their vehicle than ours. You know, but I can't really say anything. But you know, she was driving without her permit. So she's probably the first Payban that's ever had her license suspended before she even got her license. Not bad, I know. So we're fighting to get it back, or get it so she can get her license. But you know, we didn't say that out loud. She's devastated by it. She was depressed. Oh, she's okay. She's just really depressed about the whole thing. I mean, this happened last June. So I mean, she's okay. She was more her ego was more damaged than anything else. So and it's just a car. So I mean, we were all in it. You know, so her ego and her pride was destroyed more than the car was, or anybody got hurt or anything like that. So that worked out really well. But you know, after the house fire, going through depression and stuff like that, I found out that one of the things, hey country lady, I found out that one of the things that my counselor found out was that I love having multiple projects because I love the euphoric feelings of when all the projects come together at once, and it's a huge win. The downside is when all those projects come crashing down together, and it's a huge loss. So I go from huge wins to huge losses, and that's where my depression goes. And that's how our life is. Our life is like that. From big, huge wins to huge losses, back and forth. And you know what? We don't rise to our goals. We fall to our systems. All right, we fall to our disciplines. We fall to our little routines that we have that keep us in check. You know, and unfortunately, I'm on a stupid routine of going to bed at stupid o'clock in the morning. You know, I'm trying to change that. I'm working on it. But I've gotten so much done lately, it's unbelievable. But it's also hurting me physically. And from what I'm told, I'm actually being emotionally damaging to other people. So, and coffee's not doing it. So, we'll just leave it at that. So, I've got to get off this night shift thing. But you know what? I've had so much momentum at getting this work done that it's either you can look at it as a big win or a big setback. It's you just don't know. But either way, I've got to return back to my routine of being on daylights because that's how everybody else is. That's how most of my businesses are. That's how most of my family is. That's how everything that I do is. I can't be on midnights just because of the fact that that's best time for me to work on a computer and do this courses and stuff like that I'm building. But you know what? I've got to return to that routine. We have to return to the routines. Those routines are our safety nets for ourselves. See, in the past, I've always been a workaholic. All right. I mean, seriously, I've always been. And there have been people that actually know me very well enough to the fact that I was carried out of the railroad from working double and triple shifts. Yes, triple shifts. As I'm still trying to fill jobs. You know, picture being at work for 36 hours straight. It's a brutal thing, but you know what? The railroad is a different entity. They do what they want to do. You know, but you know what? Hey, I made good money. And I'm a greedy bastard like that. Made good money. But I paid for it with my health. I ended up in a hospital for almost a month with blood clots in my lungs and another time kidney stones and another time pneumonia and another time God knows what else. And I ended up having to get into a routine because that routine helps keep us healthy. That routine helps keeps us in check. It's sort of like driving down a road. You might not realize it, but you got a routine. When you get behind that steering wheel and you start driving, you got a routine. You got your hands on a steering wheel and you're looking around, watching the road. You don't realize that you're actually driving on the road. You're driving on the right-hand side of the yellow line. You're driving on the left-hand side of the curb. You're not driving over the curb, are you? No. That curb is keeping you in check. That yellow line is keeping you in check. It's just a line, but it's keeping you in check. Why? Because if you go over the line, you're going to get hurt. If you go over the curb, you're going to get hurt or you're going to hurt somebody else. And don't forget about the stop signs, stop lights, and let's not talk about the speeding, and speed zones and all those other things like that kind of guide you and keep you in check. Those little routines along the road keep you in check to protect you, to protect others. They're what give you freedom to get to your destination. They're the safety net that you have to be able to get to the ones you love. They're the safety net you have to be able to go to work and make your money. They're the safety net that you have to have your freedom to go wherever you want to go. See, no matter what, we all have safety nets. A lot of people don't realize that was our safety net. The guidelines, the curves, the stop signs, all that stuff is a safety net. Nobody realizes that. Sort of like a trapeze artist. A trapeze artist. You guys know what a trapeze artist is, right? one of those guys that trying to fly back and forth in a circus, da 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 da, do midair tricks and stuff like this. They don't do that without a net underneath. Whereas if they miss the trapeze, they go. Ah! So I want you to try and for tomorrow morning, name one thing, one habit that is actually a habit that keeps you grounded. That's your safety net. One habit that is actually your safety net that keeps you grounded from doing something stupid. Because I know we all do. We all do stupid stuff. We all do. I'm human. I'm human. I do. I have a PhD in stupidology. Trust me on this one. I have a PhD in stupidology because I do stupid stuff all the time. And the thing is that once you have that routine, you can build momentum. Once you know exactly what you got to get done, how you're going to do it, and how you're going to frame and what your guidelines are. Guidelines. That's what I was thinking about. So, Pirates of the Caribbean. Who here has seen the movie here? Pirates of the Caribbean? Yeah. Good movie. Captain Jack Sparrow. All right. Where he goes around pirate. Arr, arr. We live by the pirate's code of Bartholomew and Fitch, or whatever his name is. But as they go on throughout the movie, you find out that the pirate's code really isn't really a code. It's more like a guideline. See what they did there? It's not actual laws. It's a guideline. You can still rape and pillage and whatever like this as a pirate. But, to be a proper pirate, you really should follow the guideline. Because it's the pirate code. So like guy code. You're walking around all day long. You got the guy code. You got the nod. Hey, like nod of approval, nod of acknowledgement. Hey, what's up? Hey, don't even know who the guy is, and you just said hey to him as you're walking past him. See, that's what we're talking about. Those guidelines. Once you have them established, once you have your habits established as your guidelines, you can build momentum. It isn't magic. You can build momentum. It isn't magic. It's math. The more guidelines you follow, the more laser focused you can be. See, the thing is about a laser, how is a laser a laser? Why is it so strong? Because you have the light energy so focused down there into a small little pinpoint. It's like you get the light from the sun. All right? You get the light from the sun. I mean, yeah, you're going to get sunburn or whatever like this. It doesn't really hurt while we're standing out in the sun or whatever. But I guarantee you take a magnifying glass and you try and line it up and you put it on your hand so it gets a little tiny, you focus it so you get that little bright, shiny bit of light on your hand. I guarantee you that's going to hurt. And I guarantee if you do that to some wood, it's going to catch on fire. I know, I did it the hard way. I burnt my mother's porch down when I was like 6 years old. And that's exactly how the guidelines are. That's exactly how your routine is. Once you get all the guidelines in place and you line it up, sort of like taking that magnifying glass, and lining it up so that sunlight is so focused, so tiny, so whatever. It's a laser. You take your routines and your habits and your guidelines and focus them so tightly on your goals and your dreams and your anticipations and your destiny that your future is going to be a laser. Sorry about that. Somebody just messaged me about my live. They got a kick out of that, the lighter thing. So, and that's it. Those small, consistent actions, those small, little, tiny, consistent actions form that laser focus onto your destiny. Compared to just spreading light all over the place. Yes, sir.
Are you cooking the food or is mom?
I'll take care of it.
Okay. Well, love you. Good night.
All right, love you too, bud. Good night. AM. 5 p.m. I'm not waking up at 5 p.m. You got to go to school. So, those small, consistent actions compounded turn into a laser focus on your dreams, on your destiny, compared to mass confusion of scattered light. It's like taking that flashlight when you get a flashlight. You got that little adjustable flashlight thing where it spreads the beam out, or you can spread it down low. Out or low. When you scatter the light out, you spread the light out, but you can see, but not that good. But when you focus it down, you can spotlight it on certain things and see things a lot better. Once again, routine, habits. Your guidelines. See, all those things protect your momentum. They protect your system. They protect you and your future. See, you don't need more time. You need more intention. You need more focus. You need more dedication, more discipline. Sorry about that. I'm getting a compliment. So, let's go back to our own personal image. Because when we try and work on our own habits, on our own routines, on our own discipline, that's a moment that we actually vote for the person we want to become. For the person that's in our head that says, hey, we want to be like that person. We want to be like Elon Musk and be rich. We want to be like Michael Jordan, be the best basketball player in the world. We want to try and be like Martha Stewart and be so cool with all these cool crappy things. Or we want to be like Mr. Beast with being on social media. Or we want to be like that motivational speaker. Or we want to be like our teacher that we favored. Because those habits are the handwriting of our identity. They're the things that scribble our future out. Because everything starts with an idea. Everything that we have right now, everything, started with an idea. Somebody had an idea that was in their head, a dream. A dream. A couple of people dreamed of wanting to fly. The made an airplane. A couple people dreamed of wanting to drive a mechanical horse that would try to make them move faster than a horse. We have the car. A couple people dreamed of moving large freight and stuff. We have trains. People dreamed of going farther out over the oceans than just walking out into the sea. We have boats. People dreamed of going to the moon, and we have spaceships. People dreamed of being able to put what's in our head down so other people can read it. We have a pencil. See, everything we have started with a dream, with an idea. And then it took somebody discipline to work on that idea. Somebody's habit to form the idea. Somebody's courage to stand up and do it. And so we have to ask, what does your routine say about who you are becoming? What does your routine say about who are you becoming? You know, and that's the question I have to ask. What routines are you working on? Are they building your future, or are they burying it? See, if routine is your safety net, when life shakes you, it'll catch you. When life shakes you, it'll catch you. When fear hits you, it'll steady you. It'll comfort you. When you're scared, it'll let you know that, hey, I've done this before. I've done this before. Why do you think that people in the gym train so much? Why do you think MMA fighters practice so much and train so much? Why do you think that military personnel train so much? Why do you think doctors train so much? You don't think doctors just turn on and go to class and show up and get their paperwork and go immediately go to surgery. No, they've got to practice. They've got to practice. And that practice is their routine. Because when they practice enough, then when they're actually there about ready to cut into this guy that's laying on the operating table where his heart's about ready to die, and he's going to perform open heart surgery on this guy, and all of a sudden he gets this fear, like a little bit of self-doubt, because we all get that self-doubt, like, I'm not feeling well today. Am I really going to be doing it? Because we're all human. Some days we don't feel good. Some days we don't feel like working. And doctors are just as human as we are. Some days we have a headache. And if that doctor has to try and operate on the guy's heart, and he's got a headache, he doesn't have a choice. He has to operate on the heart. Otherwise, that man's going to die. And so he has to rely on his routines, on his practice. And so he's going to have that fear of what happens if. And that's where the routine will steady you. When you do things over and over and over, when you repeat over and over and over and over again, it steadies you, it helps you, it calms you. Because when doubt whispers in your ear that you can't do this, your routine, your habits will remind you who you are. That yes, you can. Because you've withstood more than people know. You've owned more than people have seen. And it's a time to win in a way that nobody can ignore. It's time to step up and make your next move your loudest one yet. Find the routines that help build your future and focus on them like the magnifying glass on the laser. And let's light our future up. You guys have an excellent evening. Thank you very much for joining me. Good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.